Martin Luther King Day in United States. Martin Luther King Day is a federal holiday held on the third Monday of January. It celebrates the life and achievements of Martin Luther King Jr., an influential American civil rights leader. He is most well known for his campaigns to end racial segregation on public transport and for racial equality in the United States. What do people do? Martin Luther King Day is a relatively new federal holiday and there are a few long-standing traditions. It is seen as a day to promote equal rights for all Americans, regardless of their background. Some educational establishments mark the day by teaching their pupils or students about the work of Martin Luther King in the struggle against racial segregation and racism. In recent years, federal legislation has encouraged Americans to give some of their time on this day as volunteers and citizen action groups. Martin Luther King Day, also known as Martin Luther King's birthday and Martin Luther King Jr. Day, is combined with other days in different states. For example, it is combined with Civil Rights Day in Arizona and New Hampshire, while it is observed together with Human Rights Day in Idaho. It is also a day that is combined with Robert E. Lee's birthday in some states. The day is known as Wyoming Equality Day in the state of Wyoming. Public life. Martin Luther King Day is a federal holiday but has slightly different names in some states. Non-essential government departments are closed, as are many corporations. Some schools and colleges close but others stay open and teach their students about the life and work of Martin Luther King. Small companies such as grocery stores and restaurants tend to be open, although a growing number are choosing to close on this day. Some compensate by opening on Washington's birthday instead. Recent federal legislation encourages Americans to give some of their time on Martin Luther King Day as volunteers and citizen action groups. Public transit systems may or may not operate on their regular schedule. Background. Martin Luther King was an important civil rights activist. He was a leader in the movement to end racial segregation in the United States. His most famous address was the "I Have a Dream" speech. He was an advocate of nonviolent protest and became the youngest man to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. He was assassinated in 1968. In 1968, shortly after Martin Luther King died, a campaign was started for his birthday to become a holiday to honor him. After the first bill was introduced, trade unions led the campaign for the federal holiday. It was endorsed in 1976. Following support from the musician Stevie Wonder with his single, "Happy Birthday," and a petition with 6 million signatures, the bill became law in 1983. Martin Luther King Day was first observed in 1986, although it was not observed in all states until the year 2000. In 1990, the Wyoming legislature designated Martin Luther King Jr. / Wyoming Equality Day as a legal holiday.